My name is Kailash, and I'm currently working here as a Vice President Business Development.
Good evening to everyone. It's wonderful to be again here in the discussion where I
Everybody might have heard about the AI from last 3 to 4 years, right? Now we have ChatGPT Opera.
Hi everyone. This is Banika from Prajo HR, Canbox Technologies. It's a good evening. Warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us today for this webinar on digital HR transformation in business growth. We are delighted to be hosting this session in association with NIT Rourkela, and it's a great to participation from both the HR management students and the corporate HR professionals from your various organizations. We truly appreciate you taking the time to be with us this Friday evening. Our heartfelt thanks to our speakers and the industry experts, Mr. Kailash, Ms. Preeti, and Mr. Ashutosh, for your valuable contribution in shaping the future of HR. Over the last few years, HR has evolved from being largely operational to a core business enabler. Digital transformation in HR is no longer just about automation or tools. It's about enhancing productivity, decision making, and employee experience, and ultimately driving business growth. This shifts bring us to an important question: how exactly is digital HR influence the way business scale, compete, and the succeed today? And that's exactly what the today's session is designed for. How digital HR transformation is actually helping business grow, and what HR leaders should focus on while adopting technology, and what students and young HR professionals should prepare for in this changing landscape. So before we begin, let me introduce Vice President Mr. Kailash Sharma. He's working as a Business Development VP in Prajo HR as Canbox Technology. Mr. Kailash, is over to you.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Vanika. So, as already explained and introduced by Vanika, my name is Kailash, and I'm currently working here as a Vice President Business Development. So, I have been working in the HR technology and SaaS ecosystem for more than 16 years now, closely interacting with the HR leaders across industries, helping them adopt digital HR practices aligned with the business outcomes. So, I'll be the moderator for today's session. So before we start the discussion with our veteran speakers, I would like to give a brief introduction about Prajo HR so that the HR students and the HR professionals can come to know what we are and what exactly we do. So Prajo HR is a new age HR technology platform. It's founded in 2020 with over 6 years of a strong market presence. We are delivering innovative and future-ready HR solutions. Today, Prajo HR offers one of the largest HR and business module suites globally with 54 plus integrated modules and owns copyrighted products also, which reflect a strong commitment to innovation over just execution. Operating across 150 countries, Prajo HR serves more than 200 customers from diverse industries. Few of the big names are Relaxo, Husk Power, Punjab Chemicals, Goldie Solar, Falcon Groups, CNS Electric, and many more. So we have more than 1.8 lakh active users who are leveraging the platform every day. The platform is known for its best-in-class all-in-one HCM suite and a deeply customer-centric approach focused on creating real and measurable business value. So what truly differentiates Prajo HR is its vision to make HR a primary business function through its advanced HR tools. So Prajo HR enables organizations to measure the direct contribution of HR towards business outcomes, moving HR from an operational role to a strategic growth driver. The comprehensive Prajo HR suites include HRMS, learning and development, business enhancement system, culture, compensation and benefits, employee engagement, recruitment, selection, performance management, along with the Prajo Connect for seamless collaboration and Prajo Insight for data-driven decision making. So that was a quick introduction about Prajo HR so that the people who are on this call can understand what is Prajo HR is all about. Take this forward. Let me just take the pleasure to introduce the prominent speakers for today's webinar. First, we have Ms. Preeti Ahuja, Global Chief People Officer at Husk Power Systems with more than 2 decades of international HR leadership experience. Preeti is a trusted advisor to C-suite leaders, a strong advocate for inclusion, and a TEDx speaker known for bridging people strategy with technology-driven business outcomes. Welcome, Preeti. Preeti, we are glad to have you with us. And joining her is Mr. Ashutosh Kumar Pathak. It's a pleasure to introduce Ashutosh, who is an executive director and founder at Slash Curate Technologies. With over 17 years of experience across global enterprise and startups, including IBM and Wipro, Ashutosh specializes in leveraging data, AI, and SaaS to drive digital transformation, organizational agility, and measurable business outcomes. We are delighted to have both of you with us today. So
Hey,
let's
thank you so
begin
much,
with
Kailash.
glad to have you, Ashutosh. Without wasting any further delay, let's begin with our first question. So, as ladies first, to begin with Preeti. So, Preeti, you have witnessed the evolution of HR from manual processes to digital and automated systems. From your experience, what are the most significant changes this transformation has brought, and how has it impacted organizational efficiency, decision making, and employee experience? Over to you, Preeti.
No, thank you so much, and good evening to everyone. It's wonderful to be again here in the discussion where I think the young leaders already joined the call, and also we have our HR community people. Definitely, like that, the topic is always relevant now whenever we are talking about AI and human connection. So let me give you my perspective here. That so I have really seen like how HR has moved from paper files, emails, spreadsheet to digital and automated system. And the biggest change is that HR today can work faster, smarter, and with much more clarity. And the reason I would say is that we have a goal to empower our people to thrive in an environment where human potential is amplified, not replaced by AI. And if I talk about significant transformation, as Kailash you have asked me, so let me give you major three transformation what we have seen so far. So one is efficiency has improved significantly because the task like in HR what we do, hiring, onboarding, payroll, performance management, and just to add that yes we are using Prajo system in HUS, and that is helping us to again making it more efficient the entire process, and that is like removing a lot of manual effort, and now like we are moving into more accurate processes, and this allow HR team to spend less time on routine work and more time supporting managers and employees. Second, I'll say like decision making has become faster. So like earlier many HR decisions were based on experience, gut feeling. But today, with digital tool and data, leads can clearly see trends, and we are easy to download those reports from the system, like example attrition, skill gap, performance issues, and take actions accordingly. So it is more of a data-driven decision making what we are doing today. And third, I'll say employee experience. I think this is the important aspect when we talk about even
Correct.
human resources. Employee experience has improved with the digital tools today. So employees are now have a self-service system, so where they can access information, apply for leave, track goals, learn at their own pace. So processes are more transparent, responses are faster, and people feel more in control of their work journey. Even in Husk, like we are using Prajo system. So again, that is a mobile app we have given to our even field staff employees where they can use their for leave and attendance and any help support as well. So overall, it's like a digital transformation has helped HR move from being support function to becoming a partner that enables better work, better decisions, and a better experience for employees, while we still keeping the human connections at the center. So always it will be like combination of technology and human. Kailash, over to you.
Great, that's really so insightful, and I'm pretty sure the HR aspirants who are there in the call, and some of the PhD scholars, and some HR professionals also are there in this call. Pretty much sure ki the insights which Preeti is just sharing is gonna help them a lot in their career. Okay, so one part is digital transformation. The first question was covered by Preeti. So next part of this webinar, which is business growth. So I'd like to, add this particular question to Mr. Ashutosh. So Ashutosh, when we talk about your digital HR transformation, business leaders often ask, how does this really impact growth? So from your perspective, and whatever 17 years of experience you already have, that too from large tech veterans. So from your perspective, what upcoming trends in AI and HR technology will most impact business growth in like say 3 to 5 years? Over to you, Ashutosh.
Yeah, thank you, Kailash. I would say, like to start from the Preeti's insights. Like she said very clearly, and I would say that was impactful. When we say data-driven decisions or data-driven actions, right? So that is where the AI comes into the picture. And most of the time when we talk about HR, like Preeti was saying, we are moving from support system to the better, I would say, supporting the business growth, right? So before I give you the answer of the question, Kailash, I would like to tell you the shift which is happening in the industry, right? from the I would say from the digital transformation or traditional automation, we are moving towards the agentic AI transformations these days. Like everybody might have heard about the AI from last 3 to 4 years, right? Now we had ChatGPT of the world. Now we have ChatGPT of the world, Gemini. Every big OEMs of the, I would say, are working towards the AI, right? Now what is the next step when we talk about the AI in the industry? It's the agentic automation. We have been doing the automation in the industry, like connecting multiple apps, doing, finding out multiple rules, and those rules helps us to achieve a particular goal. Now, this was all human driven. Now, how can we come to a stage where now AI is helping us to do the mundane jobs or our daily work, and the professionals who were executing these work or the processes, they are doing the better, I would say, jobs or better work or supporting the business, right? So that is where the shifting is happening. Now we are moving from the traditional AI, or I would say from Gen AI to the agentic AI, where maybe I would say I will throw a word where maybe we can see the digital HR assistant as well, right? Now you may say, like Preeti again said, AI is not going to replace our jobs here, right? It is to support here and to augment the HR process, right? So AI is not going to take the jobs of anyone, but is going to make us faster, to take faster decisions, better decisions. And when we talk about faster decisions, right, one alignment or in the HR process when it comes to the business growth is the PMS, right, performance management system. Right. And I would like to comment here on the Prajo, where they are doing a very good job, because they do have a patented they have patented the PMS here, right? And so and they are infusing AI, taking care, infusing the AI in this particular process, which helps the HR or the overall system when it comes to the overall business revenue and the growth. Of course, the PMS of the employees, or when I say employee can be anyone, right? From MD, middle management to our technical people, right? So that is where the AI is making an impact. For an example, if I give you the example, right? If I talk about one of the example in the, like I worked in IBM, and gradually how we shifted towards, from the empowering the employee from downloading the form 16, submitting it and applying the leaves without the help of any human HR person, right? It means this employee is connected to the system. They are asking the questions like they are talking to a human, and the system is sharing me the form 16. They are sharing me the pending leaves. They are approving my, maybe they are looking for a supporting document from the HR function, right? So at least the L1 level, everything can be done by the HR assistants these days. So that is how we are empowering the HR along with the business growth and revenue.
Thank you, Ashutosh, for putting it so beautifully. Okay, so since you just highlighted our PMS part, the performance management. Yes, I'm sharing a few crux. So every organization runs on a few key business drivers, right? Growth, effectiveness, profitability, and efficiency. We have also introduced this concept called GEP: growth, effectiveness, profitability, and efficiency. So a performance management system helps you to translate these drivers into well-defined KRAs and track performance into the real time. So though Preeti is there, so I would not like to comment, but yes, I have witnessed this in couple of companies. Their HR managers actually, they don't know exactly how to set the KRAs and KPIs. Though there are veteran HR leaders like Preeti who are already, the HR stalwarts, but we have experienced this also. So when we want to track the performance of an employee, so it's not just for the sake of defining a KRA and KPI. We need to actually understand what is this KRA is aligned with, or this KPI is aligned with what, which business driver. So that's exactly we are trying to solve from our concept GP. The next question to you, Preeti, since Ashutosh just mentioned that AI is not going to replace jobs, but it's going to make us faster. So from your experience, what do you see? Is AI replacing certain HR roles in the future, or primarily augmenting HR professionals? Or if yes, which areas of HR are most likely to be transformed by AI first? Over to you, Preeti.
Great. Thank you so much for this wonderful question. And yeah, I also agree with Ashutosh, what he has mentioned. The business transformation and the digital transformation, what we are now moving into. Definitely, we have to accept that there's no doubt that AI will quickly change the way HR works currently. Like as AI become more common, HR managers will need to learn how to use technology efficiently in their roles correctly. So while there is a fear that automation may replace jobs, organizations, but must remember to keep people at the the center of everything they do. So after all, if you look at how business operates, so businesses succeed because of people, and it is people who drive and manage change. So even when that change comes through automation right now. So in the future, like transactional HR will be largely automated, while strategic HR become even more critical. So today, if you look at organization level, what is happening, that organization that use AI will see HR move from support function to a workforce intelligence, and again we are using decision science, so that kind of role will be innovated in the organization. And the first area is, and when you talk about whether there will be role replacement, there is definitely wherever we have a repetitive type of task or large amount of data and clear processes, AI will shift, and that will take that roles. So it is more about, now we look at as in people to learn the technology today and use those technology. Again, technology will be enabler here. If you talk about what processes, so it's like most of industry experts already experience. One itself is a recruitment, where everyone has already have a experience that how with the help of AI tools the process has been become more efficient and productive today. Even in HR operations, we have seen, like already Ashutosh mentioned, the kind of support is created where now there is no human is required to answer any queries. It's become self-service today. Learning and development, now another function where we are using the technology, which is again helping us to design a very personalized programs and helping an individual to look at their career path journey differently. Because earlier it was like common programs. Today with help of AI, yes, we are able to do that level of, with the even workforce where companies have more than lakhs of workforce, but it's become very easy. Then performance and people analytics, that is definitely we already talked about. In summary, what I'll say, like AI will replace activities but not accountabilities. So again, human has to take care of their ownership and drive that accountability. But yes, it is like a combination. You learn the technology and use it efficiently at your role right now.
Agreed.
I would like to add one thing here, like Preeti, you beautifully said, right? I would just say the AI is not going to replace the jobs, but not knowing the AI, of course, will impact us. And we have been using technology from, as a humans, we have been transforming ourselves using technology. So I would say this is just another technology here with us to help us nurture and to make us faster, right? So that is how we can infuse AI in our daily lives and move for a better future.
Correct. So just to summarize, Ashutosh and Preeti, so AI is not going to replace the jobs, but the humans who are using AI will certainly going to replace you. Correct. So this is the time we all need to, automate, or we just need to keep learning the new technologies of the AI. Okay, so connecting to this question, Ashutosh, the next question to you is, with the rise of SaaS-based HR platforms, since people are claiming that we have got 20 modules in our HR suites, somebody is having 50 modules. So like Prajoo HR does have more than 54 modules in our HR platform. So out of all these modules HR HCM platforms are building, what key features do you think should businesses prioritize while selecting a good HCM or HR tech solution? Over to you, Ashutosh.
Basically, when we discussed on the technology, having a technology is always good, but how that particular technology is fit into my environment, how am I going to use that particular technology to transform my processes, I would say that is the key aspect, right? And when I put this functionality into a simple word, that is called integration, right? Having a SaaS platform, multiple companies may have it, right? When it comes to the integration with the solutions available with my clients, right? They might have a SAP in place, they might have a Workday, they might have a Salesforce. And when we, like I talked about agentic AI, right? Agentic AI is not a, I would say, is not a magic thing. So see, one of the key aspect, right? I might have multiple softwares within my organization. And when I'm going to adopt a particular new software, which is going to transform or help my processes to, faster, easy to use. So integration is the key aspect, I would say. And the companies like Prajoo, and I would say they are also the new gen platforms, right? They makes us the integration so easier that it does not matter to me, or as an organization or enterprise, it does not matter to me how many systems I do have, right? For an example, I'll give you a simple example or a use case, you can say the hiring example, right? Or you can say it is a recruitment module. From, as a HR function, I need to prepare a JD, then I'll have to do the CV fitment, right? Alignment of the competency. And then of course, I'll have to shoot this particular job over the social platform platforms, or let's say for an example on LinkedIn, right? The participants will keep on applying it, right? Then I should have a system where I can store it. I should have a system where the system is able to read it and provide me the insights. So if the integration with all the available, I would say, the softwares or the environment is good and it's doing it's helping me, then I the first thing I should look in a particular platform is the integration, and of course the proper the modules which I'm looking for. So for me, this is the key aspect, Kailash.
Great, Ashutosh. And that's one of the USP of Prajoo HR, to be very honest with. So that what makes Prajoo HR different from other HR tech companies are the agility of our tool. So we are very open to integrate with any third-party application. We have integrated with almost all the major ERP and CRMs which are available into the market for a lot of our enterprise level customers. And yes, we are very much open. We do understand the business needs of the organizations. Obviously, we cannot ask them to replace all their existing tools, and we cannot work in silo, right? So if we believe in offering a holistic solution, so end-to-end integrated solution is what is the requirement of the era. Okay, so since we have a lot of HR students and HR professionals also in this call, so one more questions I would like to ask to Preeti, which I'm pretty sure which is going to help a lot to the HR professionals. So Preeti, what new skills and mindset must HR professionals develop in new ways to stay relevant and thrive in a digitally transformed HR ecosystem?
Okay, so let me start with so first itself is basic digital and data skills. Like we are since 30 minutes we are talking about now technology, but to adopt the technology and to work with the technology, it is people have to learn the tools, digital and data skills. I'll not say they have to become a tech experts, but to understand the insights, ask the right questions, and use data for better decisions again. And the second, I'll say business thinking, and that will always remain like whether you are on technology platform or you are into any function. So business thinking is again critical. So even if I talk about my function in the sense HR must understand business goals first and link people decisions to productivity, growth, and performance. And third, what I'll say, like people and culture, HR function need a strong change and communication skills as well. So when you are now working on technology, how you are doing the communication. So technology only works when people adopt it. So HR must help employees and leaders adopt to a new way of working. So most importantly, I'll say the mindset must shift from doing tasks to solving problems, from barely following processes to creating meaningful employee experiences, and from reacting to issues to planning ahead, and from control to again trust and collaboration. And I'll say it is again a journey, because today is like the way technology is shaping and the way we are looking at the change. What we are trying in the organization, we are running multiple training workshops to ensure everyone is learning with the journey, because we also don't expect that tomorrow something will drastically change in the skill set. It will take a longer duration, and in the organization we are supporting our people managers, our leaders, our employees to adopt this technology and look at what results they are getting after using those technology also. This is very much important, the way we are evolving and how we are also ensuring that people are getting the sufficient tools, training to adopt with the technology as well as the overall performance. So that's my, I'll say, skills what I want to share. Yeah.
Very valid, Preeti, very valid. I mean, I won't go that fast. When I started my HR tech journey somewhere at 2012 or 13, I mean, the predominant question being asked by the HR were whether the attendance is being captured correctly, the leaves policies can be configured or not. But most of the questions were revolving around time of his leaves, and that's it. Even I still can remember when I have joined my first company in 2010, I have been there with a bunch of documents for the onboarding, and nowadays people are doing the paperless onboarding even without visiting the office premises. So that's what we all can understand and realize how what all transformation HR has actually brought into this business transformation. And Ashutosh, I would like to take one last question from you before you go to the audience, and we will open the forum to the audience if they have any question, if they would like to ask anything to Ashutosh or Preeti, since this is the opportunity they have got. We have the industry stalwarts. They'd like to keep learning from you guys. So Ashutosh, one last question is, in your experience, what are the most common mistakes companies make when implementing HR technology? We have talked a lot about HR technologies. We have talked a lot about the features, about AI, adoption, data, everything. But obviously, since you have been into the technological side, So, what are the key challenges or mistakes companies do make while implementing the solutions, implementing the technology? Over to you, Ashutosh.
Yeah, so I would say it's very simple. See, like you yourself said, when you started your career, right, there were some few questions HR were asking, right, at that point of time. Now, even when we select a particular software or any solution for our organization, most of the time, a big mistake we do, we check what kind of a features this particular software or solution is going to provide me, right? But we most of the time we forget about the outcomes. Is this particular software or solution are mapped to my business growth? Or that is that aligned with my business, aligned with my outcomes? For an example, if I talk about the platform, right, where I'm getting a trend, I'm using the employee engagement platform feature, and as well as the performance, monitoring system. And that particular system indicates that there is a attrition risk in the system or in a particular critical team where company cannot afford to lose a particular skill, or I rather say a particular person, right? Now, this is the insights are mapped directly into the action where my platform is telling my HR boss, on the basis of the employee engagement and on the basis of the employee performance, there is a high attrition risk, right? So that is how I am empowering my HR system, overall ecosystem, to tell I cannot afford to lose this particular skill or person because this is critical to the team or the project. Now, the attrition model, I would say it goes little bit more far, right? Where we can do the what if analysis also. These intelligent platforms, when we choose a particular technology or solution, we should always look for the what kind of outcomes it is going to give me, whether these outcomes are aligned with my business strategy, not just features, I would say, Kailash.
Perfect. I mean, I'm pretty much sure the entire audience is getting benefited from your insights, Ashutosh and Preeti. I personally have learned a lot from this particular session. And with this, we would like to open the forum for the audience. So I would like to hand this over to Vanika. Vanika, please take this forward and let the forum open for the Q&As.
Yes, sir. Just a second. So, is anybody have any questions? Like, this is the time you can ask any question in your chat box, or if somebody wants to ask, they can raise your hands as well. So guys, this is the time you can ask any questions.
Any faculty member, students from NIT Rourkela, any PhD scholar, any HR professional who are there on this call?
Okay, can you mention about the AI algorithm and its psychological impact that comes to a candidate, and especially when it comes to screen? So how it will be differentiated from the traditional constructive validity interview, as well as how it will be comes with an AI interview? What psychological impact can make to recruitment for candidates?
So you are asking how we can infuse AI, and then I think you asked about the algorithms of the AI as well, and then the psychology, the kind of a psychology impact of the or the HR can take the benefit from that to hire a better candidate, or maybe. Right, I think.
So, not in terms of HR, in perspective of the candidates who are attending an interview, what could be the psychological impact in terms of AI, and what is the new cognitive abilities which is imparted?
I'll repeat the question again, so because it's still not very clear. So you are saying how, let's say for an example, the use case you talked about is during the interview of the candidate, how we can take the advantage of the AI from the psychological view of that particular candidate, right? Is that so? I would answer this. So for an example, you might have heard about, not heard, as these days we do have the platforms, supporting the, this particular functionality where the interviews can be scheduled. And because of the COVID, a lot of people, work from home. They mostly, even I have seen the candidates, they are on a video and still they are trying to cheat the interviewer, right? So these days, even we are, infusing these kind of a functionality, or I would say the feature of the AI, where the AI, if the video is on, candidate is, giving the answers by looking at the expressions of that particular candidate. AI can detect whether this particular candidate is giving the answers by himself or herself. Is he nervous or she is nervous? So AI is, capturing the complete or mapping that, face expressions of that candidate to come to an insight. Okay, this is what is happening. And the candidate will not be, I would say, or is not aware of these functionalities, but HR person will be seeing these insights on the fly in the real time in the platform itself from wherever they are taking this particular interview. So that is how the AI is transforming this particular area.
So there is a mistake in understanding. What I mean by is like, what is the psychological perspective of a candidate when they are preparing for an AI? So how they will treat AI during the interview?
See, So first of all, we have not come to a stage where we use AI for the interviewing a candidate, right? Because first of all, so we call it as a AGI, general AI, right? We have not come to a stage where the AI itself is taking the interview. But AI, like I said, AI is here to help us out, to help the HR systems. Like one of the examples I was giving you, reading the facial expression of that particular person while I'm taking the interview. And if you say, okay, I'm going to, or HR decides, or as a company policy, we decide the L1 interview can be taken care by an AI, right? So yes, we are, as of now in the market, we are much capable to develop that kind of a system where I feed the questions to the AI, the system, the interviewer, the candidate, will not see a particular person or human, but rather than they will see a particular AI system talking to them. The system is asking the questions, candidate is giving the answer, I'm capturing all those answers as part of my system, and then later I am analyzing those answers to see whether the candidate has given the right answers, what kind of, I would say, the thought process that particular candidate has. So yes, as of now, we can do all of that. I hope I was near to your expectation, whatever you were asking.
Good evening, sir. So this is Samrita. So my question to you is that in your experience, like you have worked with organizations at different maturity levels. So what is the biggest strategic mistake that companies make while adopting this HR tech?
Maybe I would say this question is more towards Preeti, if she can answer. I think she is well equipped to answer this.
Thank you so much. It's a great question, and I will take it different. I'll answer you in a two manner. It's not what mistake, but they learn from their experiences. So what happened in a company when they are looking for any kind of HRMS platform, it is more about they look at what is our objective or what is the problem statement we have currently, and how, looking at the multiple platforms, which platform can solve our problem. And when I say problem statement, it is like, just to give you an example, the company have locations in multiple geographies, so they have to look for a tool which can support them all the countries at the same time, and ensuring having a very user-friendly experience on the platform, and also having a customization process. So we have a defined objective first when we choose any kind of platform. So once the objectives are clear and we look at which platform is right, and then it goes with a implementation level. And sometimes I have not experienced any so far in any of the companies where we have implemented HRMS that we later realized that there was any kind of mistake. It is today because every platform is giving us a best output and having a customization approach, where as an organization, when they are looking for any changes to align with their own way of working, they are able to provide that kind of solutions. But again, it differs from level of maturity the company have, the workforce, like when we say workforce, it is headcount of the organization, and ultimately what are the current challenges they are facing. Even I have seen companies, they are operating internally as well. So it all depends on what is my problem statement as a company I have, and what solution I want to get from having a right HRMS platform.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have the raising hand with the Rajesh Tripathi, sir. He is our CEO from Canvas Technology. He's just raising he want to ask some questions.
Yes, Vanika. So, Vanika, my question is to Ashutosh. Ashutosh, can you hear me?
Yes, Rajesh sir, I can hear you. Yes, I'm here.
Ashutosh, somewhere you were mentioning about that somebody if is nervous in interview or having some challenges behaviorally during interview, this may be taken as an indication that the person is not eligible for a position.
Yes.
Do you really feel like that the AI or the technology can really help organizations in overcoming this problem?
Yes, sir. So I would say, sir, yes, we as of now, if we want to build that particular system, or we do have, yes, I would say not up to the 100%, I would say expectation of the environment or a particular organization, but yes, as of today, also we do have the systems in place where the facial expression can be captured by the AI, and then of course, if you say, can AI give me the results from the first day? Of course, I will say no. Because AI, again, it's a system, it's a combination of algorithms, right? So the need of every organizations are different. For an example, like you said, if that particular candidate is nervous or is hesitating to give the answers, may vary in different kind of positions. For an example, if it's a technical round and I have asked some very hard questions to the candidate, so I would say I would expect the candidate to be little bit hesitant or nervous if it's and I know it's a L1 kind of an interview. So I'll have to train my AI system according to my need or according to the environment where I'm going to use it. For an example, I'm taking the interview for a CEO or a CFO, right? So I'll have to provide that particular data, the facial expressions. And yes, I can come to a stage where AI can help me to capture all of these, at least not 100%, but up to 80 to 90%, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ashutosh. One small top-up question. Despite all efforts by almost all companies in the world in terms of HR tech, why companies are not able to go beyond certain mechanical part of HR? What is your take on that?
Okay, so maybe I would say, I would say when it comes to the digital HR transformations, it's a big, most of the time what I have seen or I have learned, they love the technology, they love the solution, and they love the platform, but somewhere it is in the back of the mind how big the transformation is, and I would say sometimes it goes into the planning also, right? How gradually I'm going to shift from the traditional mundane HR platforms, new gen platforms like Prajur, right? Because whether I'm going to take a module wise, am I going to transform from the one day or the first day? So I think that hesitation, or I would say that learning, or that's how they stop the organizations to move into the in the digital transformations like we expect, right? And I would say when gradually, for an example, we talk about the performance management system, right? When we tag every or each employees in an organization with the revenue of my company, right? Then I would say it becomes everybody's responsibility somehow to perform, right? So sometimes I see that hesitation is also there not to transform the HR and take it to the next level.
Okay, thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you very much. Preeti, good evening. This question is for you. Can I?
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good, Ajay.
So this question is, you are referring to that in your career you have used a couple of HRMSs, right? And I'm assuming that all those HRMSs must have given a lot of value addition while being an HR professional. Still, what is your take in terms of what all these HRMSs which you have used so far in your career could not solve any of major challenges which you would like to share with with all of us?
Okay, a great question, and I'll say here again, it's a platform tool or technology which we were using, but the mindset of people and again the adoption and skill set of people were not matching. So let's say that is a platform failure. It is more about whether our people were ready or understanding what generally we want to get a solution. And in simple words, let me put it very simple words also here. So there is a like performance management, we use it as in a tool, but there is a talent calibration, there is a succession planning can be done with the same platform, and you can identify your future successors and you can have a skill mapping.
Right.
The gap here is whether our people managers, leaders or HR are able to drive that efficiently with the help of the platform. So I say the platform is equipped with providing this data set. But how people are able to use this data set is again a skill, and where we fail that our people are not yet ready or developed with the skill set, with the mindset also. We still look at HR tech as an HRMS majorly for core HR functions today also, not looking at as in giving a right solution at even talent calibration level can help us to build future talent also. So sometimes I'll say it is more about how we'll change the mindset of our people, not the technology right now.
Okay, thank you, Pritijit. Over to you,
Uh,
Kailash.
So Vimal
Welcome.
Tiwari also want to ask some questions.
Yeah, hi Astos, how today? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Please
Yeah,
share your question.
it's a great session with all of you guys and learning a lot of things with the thoughtful sessions. So I have one questions like regarding nowadays we are more centric about the automation in AI, automation in HR. How the basic question is from my side, how can organization strike the right balance between automation and human judgment, especially in in people centric approach and decision? So that is my question.
Okay, I can give you one example here, but I would like Ashutosh to give based on his experience, and I'll say.
Yeah, Preeti, go ahead. Then maybe I'll add it.
And a very simple verse I can explain you here that see, so we do recruitments, and in recruitments when you use AI tools that help us in screening the profile, it means they reduce our manual tasks from looking at each profile. So when we open any one position, we generally get 1,000 to 2,000 applications. It's not easy for an individual as a human to go and open each resume and review it. So here if you look at what automation is or AI tool is helping us, we only set the internal obviously questions where the screening has to be done, and based on that inputs we will get only the relevant profiles. So this is a very quick example of how AI tool or automation help to reduce our manual task. And you must be hearing a lot about application tracking system, and that's where come that the which used like as in talent acquisition person used to take 12 hours to screen the profiles. Today with 2 hours the person can able to coordinate for the interviews. So this is a very simple example to understand that when you have a AI tool in place, how you can be more focused toward the right work. Yes,
I'll just add one liner to it, Vimalji. For an example, yes, AI is helping us. But for an example, who is there to test whatever the output is generated by AI? Who is going to review this, right? So at the end of the day, I need a person or a human, right? Whatever is done by the AI to review, so that I say, okay, this output generated by AI is 80% correct, matches to my expectation. The 20% will be taken care by me as an HR or as a human, right? The example Preeti was giving, right? In the same way, just come to the first stage of the recruitment. That is the JD preparation, right? Now, a tool like ChatGPT, even I can create anything, right? For an example, you write, okay, I'm looking for these capabilities. I need to recruit people. Generate a JD for me. Yes, it will very well generate on the basis of whatever the data it has, right? But who is going to review that? Whether it is up to the expectations, it is correct, or what has it used the right keywords of the profile, what I'm looking for, right? So like initially I said, AI is not here to replace us. It's augment us to make us faster. So human is always needed, will be needed as part of the process. And when we talk about automation is, I would say, to orchestrating the simple things behind the system so that the HR or any human being can, take the better decisions, right? So that is, I would say, that's my answer.
Great.
Yep.
So we have one more technology leader, Mr. Sushant Chaudhary, our CTO, is also on the call. So I think he would also like to add something on this question. Sushant, sir, over to you.
Thank you, Kailash, for giving me opportunity. So hi everyone, and thank you Ashutosh and thank you Preeti for providing us a detailed insight as a amalgamation of the functional knowledge and the technical knowledge. AI one side and the HR is another side. So I'm not wasting much of the time and quickly jumping to my question. So Ashutosh, there is a one big challenge for the company like us, that is the ethical part of the AI. And the challenge is here is that, okay, when we are using the powerful LLM and their aspect of unsupervised learning is so large that the prompt that we are sending, because we are blatantly utilizing AI. So we are one of the very few platforms those are using AI in a different aspect. So somehow see that ethical part, because we have the patented product, and at the same time we have our own copyright concepts also. Somehow we are being exposed, and definitely we are somehow unknowingly training that LLM. So we are losing our USP. So what is your suggestion for a company like us can save this ethical thing, like safeguard their copyright and other thing also?
Easy answer, I would say, like, of course, ethical AI is everybody's ask, right? And by having LLMs, yes, they, whatever we send it to them, most of, I would say not most of them, but some of the OEMs may use that particular data for their purpose, right? Like we do have the governments to run the world or to the country, right? So here also on the LLMs, or when we talk about AI or Gen AI, we need governance, right? So whatever the LLM I am using, I would say I should be aware of whether it is governed or not. Then is it the LLM? For an example, we talk about when we open the ChatGPT, right? It is running on the public cloud. It is managed by the OEM. And if I go through the terms and conditions, they say they may use this data for their purpose. They will not, but they may, right? So I have to be I'll have to ensure whatever I'm using or I'm inferencing that particular LLM will not be used by that particular OEM. And yes, we do have that kind of governance in place these days in the AI, where that particular LLM will completely be meant for me, completely used by me, and the data will not be go here and there. So yes, using the right governance tools, I can overcome this issue. Prashant.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Definitely we will connect again, okay? And then we will discuss this governance thing because it's very important for the business. Thank you, Ashutosh.
Thank you.
So we have a question in the chat, like from a business growth perspective, how do you evaluate the ROI of digital HR initiatives when outcomes like engagement, culture, or capability building are largely intangible? This is for Ashutosh sir.
I think from the ROI perspective, I would request Rajesh sir to give this answer. He will be more equipped than me to give this answer.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you very much. Of course, there is a lot of challenges in terms of converting HR output into numbers. And to share something with you all here is that Rajo is, I think, the first company globally to work on this aspect. And today we have a couple of copyright and patented products whereby we can calculate the value of the contribution from HR in numbers, right? So this is what we are differentiating ourselves in the market. Coming to how accurately you go with that is really very difficult, because if I give you, I think this question has come from students from NIT, am I correct? So now it's for you, when you look at the human emotions or the attitude, you have not many insights coming from scientific fraternity, wherein depending on the size of amygdala, depending on the size of hypothalamus in your brain, and we can calculate the value of the contribution coming from any individual. So of course at the very nascent stage as of now, but yes, the way it is happening and data is getting captured by new ways of softwares, I'm sure it will not take much time when you will be having, instead of CV in your hand, you will be having your neuro map in your hand, and that will give a lot of insight about you, what you are, what sort of traits you have in you. And it will be a little difficult if I foresee the future to really fool other people, because even I go to the extent of saying as a neuroscience student, what actually you are in you, even you are not aware of. It means when I capture your emotions, I capture your feelings, and those are coming from your traits, and traits are embedded in your DNA. So it means I am capturing 99.99% accurately, and that will be good sense for organizations to take decisions who has to be hired and who has not to be hired. And lastly, on this piece, I see one new thing coming in the market when you map the behavior of organization vis-a-vis the behavior of the people. Now, I think with my team here at Prazo, we are going to be the first company to map the behavior of organization. It means I know what behavior the organization is having. So it means what business nature they have. Depending on the nature of business, we can have people without any, interview. Because to me, as a HR professional, the success rate of interview is only 14%. With this success rate of 14%, it means 86% time, I'm only making guesses about the person's suitability for a position. So this piece will go away, and we will be having a better coordination between organizational behavior and human behavior. And that perhaps will get a long way in terms of determining the success for any organization. I hope I could answer you.
That was so insightful, sir.
Yes, as I guess we are done with all the questions. Now we come to the end of this session.
We have one last question from the 90 Arvina. As we are in the final year and we are aspiring HR adults, so we always have one question now for you. What we as MBA students start building today to stay future ready?
The MBA student, like I said, right, AI is not here to replace us, but not knowing AI is here to replace us. How to make use of AI? See, I'm pretty sure as part of your MBA curriculum, you might be taking courses of the SPSS statistics also, right? SPSS is a very known tool which has been, I would say, used by the MBA professionals to, to create the modeling of any modeling level, to take the data-driven decisions. So SPSS statistics or SPSS, I would say, it's a very old tool, running in the market from 1965. It is, I would say, AI at the end of the day is nothing but the statistics, right? If you know it, start using it, try to make a habit where you do day to day, you are learning something new about the AI, what is happening into the market, how it is transforming. And once you have this particular, I would say, the skill within you or in your resume, I would say it will make you grow faster in the market.
There is one question by Saroj Kumar. His question is like, how can AI-driven digital HR system enhance the management of an unskilled workforce, specifically regarding contract labor management in India?
So maybe you add it to sir again, right? When we talk about HR platforms or the solutions, right? There is another module called, I would say, I'm not sure if I'll be right, the LMS, right? Learning Management System or the functionality. So for an example, I'm hiring a particular person for a particular skill. And these days the technology is moving so faster. The skill I'm learning today may not be relevant for me itself. Forget about the company in next 3 years, right? As an organization, am I enough capable to make my employees, capable of learning new things? I know I am a Java developer these days. The next project where I may need Python or something else. As an organization, to have that platform where I am mapping those skills with my employee needs, giving the right learning pop-ups or notifications to that particular employee. Boss, go here, update yourself. This is the new learning module or training module mapped to you. And of course, gradually, if every employee or every employee start doing that in the organization, I would say with the employee, the whole organization will grow. So that is how AI-driven digital HR systems is helping the skills of my workforce in the system as of today. Rajesh sir, if you would like to add anything.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ashutosh, for your this piece of information. Let me first try to add something on the first question. What to do to be future ready? I will say go beyond conventional HR mindset. Leave attendance, payroll, recruitment, selection, performance management system. They are not HR. So we have to first understand what is HR. It means as HR professional, we have to understand we are talking about people, and people are full of emotions, and emotions make your behavior. I hope I could add something there. Coming to the second part, when I say somebody is unskilled, see, unskilled, skilled, highly skilled, they are the terminologies being used from the point of view that somebody has earned some education, and that education has been used by the person to do some specific job. But before being skilled or unskilled, somebody is already competent. It means when you are born as a human being, you are having certain competencies in you. If you can look at those competencies and find out how those competencies can be used to handle any sort of people, it could be labor class, sorry to use the word labor word, but I think the people at the bottom of the pyramid, or maybe at the top of the pyramid. People are people. Education, practice may change your skills, but competencies are intact in you from the day one you are in this world. I hope I could do something there.
Sir, now we are going to close this session. It's I sincerely thanks our speakers for sharing their insights and practical experiences. Thanks to Ashutosh sir, Preeti ma'am, and thanks to the Rajesh sir and Sushant sir as well. And thank you to the NIT Rourkela for collaborating with us, and a big thanks to all the participants for your active presence and thoughtful questions.
And we hope today's Monica, last for my younger brooding managers from NIT Rourkela, please follow Prazo. Prazo is going to make huge change in coming days in terms of how HR is being done in organizations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And now, before we leave, I request everyone to share your honest feedback through the link I have dropped in the chat. It will take less than a minute and will help us make our future sessions better for you. And have a great evening and have a great weekend ahead. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.